I'm telling you, God knows how to change the tune. The book of Psalms is a song book. And every line, every verse is a stanza of the song. And now David is in the crossing. And as he crosses that Kidron, the night is dark, it's a-raining, his heart is broke. And David starts singing, Lord, how are they that increase that trouble me? Many are they that rise up against me. Many there be which say of my soul, there is no help for him in God. David's singing about his trouble. He's singing about his pain. He's singing about his feelings. He's singing about his fears. But I want you to know, my friend, it's been dark for a while. The tears has flowed. His heart is broke. The crowd that once seen him in his splendor and his kingly array, they're all laughing at him. Oh, but now, my friend, the drizzle of the night, it has quit drizzling, and the thunder has shut its mouth, and the lightning has shut her eyes, and she's no longer flashing. And as David sits there on the bank of the Kidron, my friend, David begins to write another verse of the song. Now the sun is peeking through the clouds. Now the sun is beginning to wake up the earth, and the birds begin to sing. And as the new day dawns, David begins to sing another stanza. And he said, but thou, O Lord, art a shield for me, my glory, and the lifter up of my head. You see that first verse? He was singing in pain, but now he's a singing in praise. And David goes on to sing another line. He said, I've cried unto the Lord with all of my voice, and he's heard me out of his holy hill. And then old David says, Selah. My friend, old David, his tune is beginning to change. He starts out singing sad and lonesome and pitiful and pathetic. But now David is being reminded of the prophecy. There'll be a day that he sits on the throne. Listen, if you've ever received a word from God, you still got it. Oh, somebody better help me now. Because the gifts and the callings of our God, they are without repentance. David knows that he sinned in his life. He knows there was a day that he done wrong. David realizes he's even paying the price for that sin. And David's wept. But he said this in Psalm 30 and 5. He said, weeping, sometimes it'll endure for the night, but joy comes in the morning. Oh, David said, when you're walking down in this life through the valley of Baca, that word Baca in the Hebrew is the word which means weeping and tears. David said, when you're walking through that valley of tears, through that valley of weeping, David said, stop and dig a well. Now you say, preacher, what does that mean? When your heart is broke, you get down on your knees and say, God, I thank you anyway. Lord, I praise you anyway. And when you dig a well, that means that somebody following that same path, maybe somebody that'll make that same mistake, maybe somebody that'll have a failure along the way, they'll stop by the well that God let you dig. I'm telling you this morning, David, his tune was changing. He said, it's you, Lord. He said, thou art a shield for me.